Hello, my name is Mithali Bhattacharya. Today, I will discuss with you Democratic Politics of Class 10, Chapter 2, that is Federalism. This chapter has 5 parts. Let me explain to you about each part in a very quick way. First part, here is the first part of the Federalism. Here, we will discuss about the definition of federalism and the differences between the federation and the unitary government. In second part, we will discuss about the features of the federalism. In third part, we will discuss what makes India as a federal country. In fourth part, we will discuss how is India practicing federalism. Last part, we will discuss about the decentralization in India. So these 5 parts are very important to understand the concept of federalism. Let's start. In your previous chapter, that is power sharing, you have already studied the condition of Belgium and Sri Lanka. In Belgium, the government has adopted the policy of power sharing. So, people started living happily with peace and peaceful life and happiness. But on the other hand, Sri Lanka, the government has not adopted the policy of power sharing. So, rather, they have given all facilities, all powers to the Sinhala government. So, they saw war, civil war. That is why the federalism is very important concept in democratic politics. Let's start the chapter with the definition of federalism. You can ask me what can be the simplest definition of the federalism. I can say that simply federalism meaning vertical division of the power. That means we are dividing the power from central government to the state government to the local government. Okay? Most of the countries have 2 types of government, central government and state government. Few countries have 3 types of government, central, state and local. In our India also has 3 types of government. Okay? So this is the simplification or the definition of federalism. But if you ask me what is the proper definition of the federalism, so here the federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country. So what is the meaning of the central authority? Central authority means central government and constituent units mean subunits like state government and the local government. So this setup is known as a federalism. I think this portion is clear to you. Let's start our discussion with the differentiation between the federation and unitary government. Okay. So before starting our discussion, I should say to you that in the entire world we have only 25 countries which follows the federal structure of the government. Okay. So you can imagine we have more than 190 countries in the world. Out of those countries, we have only 25 countries which have a federal structure of the government. But you will be surprised to know that in 25 countries have more than 40% of world population. So here we can say federalism, federal structure of the government is followed by those countries which are larger in size and area and which have also a big population. So let's start our discussion of differentiation between the federation and the unitary government. First point, which is very important, 2 or more than 2 levels of government. That means we have already discussed earlier that most of the countries have 2 types of government, central government or the state government. But few countries have the 3 types of government like central, state and the local. But when we talk about the unitary government, see the word unitary. What does it mean unitary? Unit means single. So normally they have single level of government, but sometimes they can have sub-units. So sub-units are subordinate to the central government. What does it mean? This means whatever the central government will say, they have to follow the instructions of central government as it is. But if we talk about the federation, here subunits are not subordinate to the central government. That means central government cannot force them to work completely according to the central government's regulations, central government's recommendation. But third third point. Now the third point, it is suitable. Federal structure of government is suitable for big country like USA, Russia and India. As we have already discussed about this, that the country which is larger in size, which have a very big population, those countries follow the federal structure of the government, and the unitary government which is suitable for the small country like France, UK. And we can include the name of the Sri Lanka also, because the government of Sri Lanka has not adopted the policy of power sharing, and they have given their all powers to the Sinhala government. They are not considering the demand of the Tamils. That is why we can here include the name of Sri Lanka. Okay, fourth point is about the exception. I have mentioned the name of the country Belgium as an exception. Why? You can ask me. If you look at the map of Europe, so you will be able to see that Belgium is smaller than Haryana, which is the one state of our India. Okay. Although Belgium is smaller in size, but Belgium follows the federal structure of the government, because Belgium has great various of the languages. You have already studied about that the Belgium has Dutch speaking people, French speaking people. So that is why, to bring the different type of language speaking people together, they have to follow the federal structure of the government. And now, if we talk about the unitary government, I have mentioned the name of China as an exception. Why? Because though China is large in size, though China has a very big population, we all know about that, but China has only one party which is running the entire China, that is the Communist Party. That is why China follows the unitary government. Okay, so I have finished the first portion of federalism, the first part of the federalism, the definition of the federalism and the differences between the federation and unitary government. Now, if you have any question, definitely you can ask me. Okay, so okay, thank you so much for joining. We are finishing our class here. Thank you.